One of the interesting developments to Master and Gym holds on Clubhouse is the new cache and construction hold. First, let's take a look at the usual way of defending cache. Defenders double reinforce cache and CCTV vaults, and there are mute jammers behind them to prevent easy breach, waste time, and utility. There's a player on top red stairs with a shield and catcher gadgets. Catcher gadgets consist of erroneous laser gates, ADSs, and magnets. There's also a rotate between top red and cache, so after defenders lose control of top red, there's a way to fall back. The rotation of the defender who is falling back to construction could be cut off with this angle, so you must be careful and pre-fire when falling back. There are holes in stock vault so that the defender in bar can prevent any attacker from entering stock and pressuring cache. The reason defenders hold top red is to waste time and utility. Similar to Pixel of Cafe, top red defender needs to play semi-aggressive. Not too aggressive that he may die, not too passive that attackers can deal with the shield easily. The reason attackers want to take top red control is to alleviate pressure when trying to clear cache, gaining the ability to add more pressure onto the cache player, and prevent any support from other defenders. After clearing top red and opening cache wall, the defender in cache is being pressured from 3 different angles: CCTV, construction window, and depending on the reinforcements and how much support cache player has, an attacker from top red could also pressure cache. That's why defenders fall back after cache wall is open. Defenders can't waste a lot of time after cache wall is open, so they need to impact trick cache wall. The purpose of the new cache hold is to waste attackers' time when they want to clear top stairs shield. That's why there are holes in cache wall. But the cache player can't use these holes when rafters wall is open. And attackers could also work around or even challenge the construction player holding the angle with ease. You might ask, where is the best spot for the shield? The best way to answer this question is to first determine the purpose of that shield. We are using this shield to hold a power position for as long as possible and consequently waste time. Empire has found that spot. Teams usually use top red drone hold to clear ADSs and magnets. With this setup, you can't do that. You have to pick and flash either from CC plat or C3 window. Both spots could be C4'd and picked while the attacker has a flashbang in hand. CC plat player could also be killed through cache's drone hold. Regardless of whether or not defenders try to kill the player flashing, the threat alone will slow down the attackers. Melusi is playing unnecessarily aggressive here. If she would have stayed on stairs, Buck would have had a hard time throwing flashes from below. Melusi could have also challenged Zofia, who is in C3. Keep in mind, these things are only true when the shield is by stairs and there are ADSs on stairs. But that's not how teams usually play this hold. Pros usually put the shield further from stairs and ADSs are positioned around top red. To be specific, 2 on this wall and 1 by CC door. Attackers can deal with this setup regardless of the hold defenders are doing. Attackers throw flashbangs through top red drone hole or they would bounce them off this wall. And the most pro teams throw nades through the drone hole or from C3 depending on the shield's position. So theoretically, this hold will waste as much time as the default one does. I was still skeptical of my deduction, so I spent last week watching 120 rounds of Master and Gym hold, and here's what I've gathered. These stats are from SI 2021, NAL, and EUL Stage 1. Keep in mind the sample sizes for the new cache hold and con hold aren't big. If we don't consider the rounds Mira was played, Master and Gym side has been played 101 times. 62 of them were default cache holds, 22 of them were neo cache holds, and 17 of them were construction holds. The method I used to gather the data for the time wasted by each hold is to start the time as soon as action phase starts and stop it when a player or a drone enters cache when there's no defender in cache. I subtracted 15 seconds, which is the time for a 2-speed to get to CCTV wall when sprinting. to make the data closer to reality. So when you see that default cache hold wastes 79 seconds on average, that means the timer in the game is on 1 minute and 26 seconds when attackers get control of cache. I could have collected other stats like man advantage for each hold, but in order to avoid too many variables, I've decided not to include them. With all that in mind, here are the stats. 33% of the rounds that Master and Jim was played, attackers tried to clear cache. Default cache hold and the new cache hold waste about the same time, which is consistent with our deduction. Furthermore, default cache hold has 7% more failure rate than the new cache hold, meaning that attackers fail more to get map control of cache when defenders are doing default cache hold, which is counterintuitive to what I thought. You should have a lower failure rate on holds that are very common, but apparently that's not the case here. Even though the sample sizes of the new holds are small, I still thought the unfamiliarity factor will lead to higher failure rate. Clearly, I was wrong. In my opinion, default cache hold is the winner here. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Also, link to this worksheet is in the description. The second hold is construction hold. In this hold, defenders double reinforce cache walls and they also double reinforce construction walls. The idea of this hold is to deny construction push and waste time by impact tricking the construction wall, and to some extent do a default cache hold. Throughout my testings, impact tricking construction wall is annoying and inconsistent, because the ladder is somewhat blocking the way of the impact. On Clubhouse, attackers always bring two hard breachers, and any combination of them can deal with this setup quite easily. Impact tricking against Maverick and Hibana is a waste of time, and Ace can open fit holes to pressure construction. After construction wall is open, the construction player can be exposed to two angles. The two angles I'm talking about are south balcony and the other from the hole you've just opened. As you saw in this clip, Maestro exposed himself to south balcony and lost half of his HP. He also failed to impact trick the first time. As I've mentioned before, impact trick in this wall is very inconsistent. After construction hold is gone, rest of the round will play out like a normal round. On average, construction hold wastes 9 seconds more time than the second highest number. I contribute that to the fact that droning and breaching construction wall takes time. So I'm reluctant to say that the hold itself is better or worse than other holds. Theoretically, I'm not a fan of this hold. Let's do a quick recap. The way pros play the new cache hold wastes about the same time as the default one does. They can refine the strat by changing top base shield and ADS's position like Empire did. Construction hold statistically wastes more time than other holds. I contribute that to the fact that droning and breaching construction wall takes time, but I'm still reluctant to make a definite statement, and I will revisit this subject in the future. I will also update the worksheet after stage 2 has concluded. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.